channel. And if you're new, what up? So you guys, today I'm going to be doing a video on all of the chocolate perfumes that I have in my collection. There's some notes that I feel like perfumers don't do enough of, and chocolate is definitely one of them. And there's a few different types of chocolate notes. So you can actually have the milk chocolate note, and then you can have like the cacao pod or cacao powder type of chocolate note, and then you can have like different variations in between that. So you can have like white chocolate, or you can have like dark chocolate, or you can have bitter chocolate, you know, so there's different variations. So all of the perfumes that I'm going to show you guys here have those different variations of a chocolate note. They either have like actual milk chocolate, so really creamy, really rich, really sweet and decadent. Some of these have more of a bitter chocolate note, and then others have like that cacao powder, so they come off a little bit more powdery and not as milky. They can still be sweet, but they have like a little bit more of a powdery, musky type of essence. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this lineup. This video was started because I really wanted to buy the Cacharel Yes I Am Delicious fragrance, and then there was one other that I was looking at, and I was like, let me just get together all my little chocolate perfumes that I have in my collection. And honestly, there's not very many because, like I said, perfumers don't play around with that note enough. So I'm happy with the little collection, the little selection that I have here now, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. So let's just get started. So I'm gonna actually start with my scent of the day, and this is a classic. This is an icon. Everybody knows about this fragrance, and I have to mention it. This is Britney Spears' Fantasy. Now, I know a lot of people, when they think of this fragrance, their mind doesn't just automatically go to chocolate, but that is because this is one of those variations that I was talking about. This perfume has a white chocolate note, and it's so unique. I've always thought the world of this fragrance, just because back when it was the hype, I never had it. I didn't try this fragrance out until like 2-3 years ago, and when I smelled it, I was instantly in love. I was just like, this is so good, so unique, just fun. Like, it's a fun, happy fragrance. So of course, this is bright and fruity and sweet in the beginning with that kiwi, that lychee, that quince, but then right in the middle, right as it starts to dry down, you start to get that cupcake white chocolate note, and it's very detectable. It's very creamy, very sweet, decadent. Like, I love once this perfume starts to dry down. And then of course you have like the woody kind of powderiness from the orris root and the woodsy notes in the dry down. But I'm telling y'all, you can 100% smell that white chocolate cupcake factor. It is just so good. I definitely had to mention this as a chocolate perfume in my collection because there aren't very many white chocolate scent notes in perfumes. There's another one that I'm going to mention, which I feel like you guys would already know about if you've been on my channel, but there's just simply not a lot of white chocolate scent notes in perfumes, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. It's fun. Again, it's unique. So I had to mention this as a chocolate fragrance in my collection, and it's my scent of the day. Like I said, I'm trying to use it up. I only have a little bit left, but I would just go ahead and repurchase this fragrance once it's done, because again, I just need to have it in my collection because of the uniqueness, okay? Same with this next perfume. I have been ranting and raving about this perfume for the longest, and I'm so happy that I was able to finally get my full 100 ml size of this perfume so I can use up this little 30 ml. I've had this 30 ml forever. This is Jessica Simpson Signature. This has the same white chocolate note as Fantasy, and you can definitely smell it. They are two totally different perfumes. This one definitely stands on its own in comparison to this one, but Jessica Simpson definitely took after Britney Spears when she did that white chocolate note in this one. It is just such a beautiful perfume. This one is more of your like apricot, citrusy, fruity fragrance in the beginning. It also has some really pretty signature like white florals in the mid note, and then in the dry down you start to get that white chocolate and again woodiness. It also has tonka, it also has vanilla, so it's a little bit more sweet in my opinion in the dry down than Fantasy is, but I love this one. Definitely again had to include this one as a chocolate fragrance because it's a white chocolate fragrance, so absolutely love that one. One that I don't mention enough, and I don't wear it enough actually, and this one is definitely coming out to play for fall because I just need to revisit this one. Like, she's even dusty because I don't be using her, okay? But this is Prada Candy Night, and of course this is a flanker of Prada Candy, and y'all can see I have not used much of this at all, but this is definitely a very unique perfume as well. So this is kind of like a orange dark chocolate fragrance, because you do have some neroli in the beginning, you do have some orange, and then you have some vanilla, patchouli, and then a straight up chocolate note. So this one, like I was saying earlier, is kind of more of your bitter chocolate. This one isn't super duper decadently sweet milk chocolate gourmand, because I feel like the neroli, the patchouli, the orange keeps it from being like something just super super edible and sweet, and it's a little bit powdery as well. But I feel like that's what gives this like that fun chocolate type of fragrance, because this one is more of like, let's say, an expensive luxurious chocolate experience, you know like how you get those assortment of chocolates and not all of them you love because they have like a different taste to them, or they have like orange filling or something like that, and they're just like a little bit more bitter and not super super sweet. I feel like that's what this one is. So while it is different, it's still a chocolate fragrance in my collection, and I would definitely recommend this one. It doesn't get talked about a lot at all. Actually, I don't even know if they still sell this one on the market, but I'm gonna be pulling mine out for fall for sure, because I just need to stop neglecting this. I do really enjoy this perfume. I had a sample size and I went ahead and bought the full size bottle, so I don't know why I'm playing with it like that. But yes, Prada Candy Night. Okay, now one that has been sitting in my collection and has been macerating for a little bit, and I'm just like, now I can smell the chocolate. To me, it's still definitely a powdery chocolate, which gives me more cocoa powder vibes. But along with all of the other sweet notes, it's definitely giving chocolate. And that is Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth. And now the more I smell this perfume, the more, like I said, it is giving me milk chocolate. And I don't know, like I said, because it's been sitting in my collection, it's been macerating. All of those fragrance notes have been blending together. The juice is probably in here getting darker, but y'all, this is definitely giving me like sweet milk chocolate, and it's making me want to wear this. Okay, I was already gonna pull this out for the fall time because it's just one of those perfumes, but I definitely need to pull this out. And I can actually see where my juice is. I'm like down to here. So this is a 100 ml bottle. I put a nice little dent in this fragrance. I need to put an even bigger dent in this because this is just so good. If you don't know the scent notes for this one has coconut, it has marshmallow, chocolate, it has some candied ginger in the beginning. It has whipped cream, sugar, cashmere, woody notes. Like, this is just such a good sweet fragrance. And I'm kind of eating my words a little bit. Like, I was saying that I was slightly disappointed in this fragrance when I first got it, which is true. That still holds true. I was slightly disappointed because when I first got it, I don't know if it's because my bottle was like super duper fresh or what. When I first got it, it smelled more like a powdery marshmallow, somewhat slightly cocoa powder type fragrance. But now it's definitely giving super, super creamy, super, super sweet, chocolatey type of vibes, and I can smell everything in here. It's like sugary sweet coconut, whipped cream, chocolate, it's everything. So y'all, I'm hyping this one up because it's definitely giving, and that's actually gonna make me excited to see what this one does in my collection. So y'all know this is the flanker of Sweet Tooth. This one is Sweet Tooth Caramel Dream. Was for sure love at first sniff for me. This one is a lot deeper than the original, but this one has some of the same scent notes as well. This one has the sugar, it has the vanilla, it has the chocolate, but then there's an introduction of like amber and patchouli. Instead of candied ginger in the beginning, it has some orange and some lemon notes. It has some musk notes. I just really love this one because I felt like it had more depth. It was a little bit more going on. It didn't smell linear. Like, this one was just different. So I'm excited to see just how much more creamy this one is going to get as it sits in my collection. But again, this is definitely a chocolatey fragrance because it has an actual chocolate note. I mean, it says chocolate. I personally think it's like cocoa powder, but it says chocolate. So I'm excited, like I said, to see what this one is going to do as it continues to sit in my collection. If it's going to get a lot deeper and sweeter, definitely going to be pulling this one out for the fall. Okay, so another one that I'm excited to see what it's going to do in my collection. This is Dulce by Rosie Jane, and this one has a chocolate note as well. It's a very linear fragrance. All of the scent notes are on one accord. This is vanilla, musk, chocolate, and then a woody note. It's called Hinoki wood. I don't really know what that is, but to me, that Hinoki wood actually gives this somewhat of a minty fragrance. So I'm excited for this one to just sit and sit and sit and see if it's going to give me more of that milk chocolate note, because to me, this one is more of your musky vanilla fragrance. It's more powdery, and it even has a high fragrance accord of powdery when you look on Fragrantica. So It's definitely giving powdery, but I want to know if more of that milk chocolate scent is going to come out. I would definitely be using this as a layering agent during the fall as well. But yes, y'all, this one does have a chocolate note. So maybe you can pick up on more of the chocolate in this fragrance because, you know, everybody's nose smells things differently. So yeah, you might be able to pick up more chocolate in that one, but I had to mention it. Another one, so this one has cacao, so I feel like it's cacao powder. This is Juicy Couture's Sucrose, and I gotta mention this one because it has come back. I have used this a ton during the summertime. I love this fragrance. I loved it from first sniff when I first got it. This is absolutely amazing. This again is more of your fruity, sweet, gourmand compound fragrance. So it starts off with fruit notes, it starts off with florals, and then as it dries down, you start to get more of that sweeter base notes. You start to get more of that cacao powder. You start to get more of that whipped cream, more of that vanilla. But this definitely starts out with some fruity and floral notes, but it's still a chocolate perfume in my collection. So had to mention Juicy Couture's Sucrose. Now, one that I need to buy a bottle of, I don't know why I never bought a bottle of this fragrance, but this is definitely giving chocolatey, okay? Everybody who mentions this fragrance talks about how it's like one of those, again, cream-filled truffle type chocolates. And I definitely agree. This is a super warm, spicy cacao type of scent. And it's actually very simple. So this one has some orange, it has coffee, it has, I believe, vanilla, and then it has the chocolate. So this one is definitely giving, and look at the juice out. Look how much is in here. I need to just go ahead and use this up and then get another bottle. But this one is definitely giving, like I said, either chocolate covered oranges or like the little orange cream filled chocolates. It's super, super deep and sweet. A perfect fall fragrance, but it still has like a perfumey aspect to it. So when you're wearing this, it's a little bit powdery, it's a little bit perfumey, but it's not too much. Like it's not too perfumey where it takes away from the sweet notes, and then it's also not too gourmand to where it takes away from the actual perfume. So I do like this one, do recommend it. Definitely a good one. Y'all know I had to mention this one because this would not be a chocolate perfume video if I don't mention Choco Must. This is the chocolate perfume of all chocolate perfumes because that's all it is. This is chocolate and vanilla. I know it has some cinnamon in there. I know it has some woody notes in there. No, this is chocolate and vanilla, milky, sweet, creamy, decadent, heavy, gourmand, all of that. All of the above. Simply put, that's it, that's all. So of course she had to make it in here. This is Cocoa Cabin from Skyler, and this is your really deep, spicy, vanilla, cocoa, unisex type of fragrance, but it's good. And this is one that I could definitely get with. I think this was a limited edition rollerball because I don't think this fragrance is actually on their site anymore, but this reminds me of a less sweet version of my Nest Madagascar vanilla perfume oil. That is what this smells like, but just add more woodiness and maybe like more smokiness. I feel like that's what Cocoa Cabin is, but I can definitely see myself using this as a layering agent the same way I use the Nest Madagascar vanilla perfume oil as a layering agent. So again, this is Cocoa Cabin. I don't know if they're gonna bring this one back, if they're ever gonna make this into a full-size perfume. Maybe they have. I haven't checked their website recently, so I wouldn't know. Okay, and then the very last fragrance that I want to mention is of course Billie Eilish. This right here, this doesn't have an actual chocolate note. This has a cacao note. Again, like a lot of these fragrances, it has a cacao note. But baby, when I tell you this pretty much smells like hot chocolate, this kind of gives me like peppermint hot chocolate. Like it's very chocolatey, it's very smooth, it's very sweet, has a little bit of like some spiciness to it. Like it has more depth and everything. And then it also has like this kind of minty, mentholy type of feel as well. Like you just have a little peppermint stick inside of your hot chocolate. That is what this is giving. It's super gourmand, sweet, decadent. It's a treat. I can't wait. I cannot wait to pull this bad boy out. I just can't wait. I really want to wear it with a lot more deeper and heavier fragrances. I know I wore this one last summer with some of my like lighter, more summery type of fragrances, which I know y'all probably like, girl, what? But yes, I definitely wore this with some of my lighter fragrances, and that's how I was able to finish up my first bottle. But this year, No, baby, this is going to be my fall and winter go-to. Like I said, I'm gonna be smelling like a peppermint hot chocolate. This is fire. I cannot wait to wear this. This is definitely a chocolatey fragrance. I feel like a lot of people who get this fragrance, wear it for a little bit, you know, get to know it, will definitely say that it doesn't smell like cacao powder. It smells more like chocolate. It kind of gives me the same chocolatey vibe as Choco Must, if I'm being honest. Absolutely love this one, so had to mention it. But that is it, you guys. Those are the chocolate perfumes in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. I hope it was fun. I hope it was interesting, entertaining, all of that. Let me know if you have some of these perfumes in your collection down in the comment section below. If you're new, thank you so much for watching. You should definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Fragrance and Beauty Army, as well as that bell notification so that you can be notified every single time that I upload a video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.